It's a very special night here on In This Very Ring. Let's talk about it.
Oh my God!
I'm embarrassed!
He's flying!
Welcome in. It's almost time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special edition of In This Very Ring. Why is it special? Because it's Friday.
And he's here.
And we're on the air. That means we get Saturday off.
Hell yeah!
For reasons. But before we get into the reason why we're on the show, on doing the show tonight, and everything like that, we want to thank our sponsor, Allen's Travel.
Yeah.
Allen's Travel, specializing in creating the vacation of your dreams at Disney, Universal, or wherever your heart calls you. Let their talented team of travel experts, including yours truly, create a custom vacation for you without any of the stress. Allons-y on over to allons-travel.com/take the trip, and we can start planning your next magical vacation as early as tonight. Walt Disney World packages went on sale this past Wednesday. Do not hesitate. It's a $200 deposit, and you can pay anytime up until 30 days before you travel. So book today, please. Now, all that being said, okay, why are we on tonight? Because I've got shits to do tomorrow.
Shits is...
And they're closing 45, and you wouldn't be able to get here.
This is very, very true.
Yeah, so we're on tonight. But it's a good thing we're on tonight because of what just happened on Friday Night Smackdown, how everything played out with the bloodline. We're going to get into it. But first, I didn't do our introductions. I dove right into it. I'm so excited to talk about last weekend. It was so much fun. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. I am Ritz. And this freight train chainsaw snoring motherfucker is the mayor of Toasty Town. This is Butters.
Yahoo!
I say that because this douchebag and I...
You gonna do it again?
I am. This guy... So we did Comic Palooza last weekend. That's why we weren't on the air. That's why we didn't do live reactions. And to save on cost, we decided to share a hotel. And this jackhole sounds like this when he snores. It's rough. I didn't sleep because of that shit. So, suffice it to say, I'm a little cranky still.
You're always cranky.
Also, yes. But we have so much to talk about, like I said. We'll get into Comic Palooza towards the end of the show. I do want to recap that. That was a ton of fun. We're going to start things off with Night of Champions. We'll transition into Double or Nothing. Those are really going to be our two big points for the show tonight. So, with that in mind, we want to thank Dr. Paul Vidal and his team at SpecializedPhysicalTherapy.com. 2 locations, Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. He's our doc, making yours. Specialized Physical Therapy. Roman Reigns, championship reign, will end
See what you
at
did there.
SummerSlam. Thank you. That is our topic tonight. To set the stage for anybody that's been living under a rock. Last week, Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia, the WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns teamed up with his cousin Solo Sikoa to attempt to capture the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championship from Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And in an attempt to help their brother and their cousin out, the Usos hit the ring. And in that attempt, they decide they're going to throw a super kick towards Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn ducks, and Solo Sikoa gets his head blasted off. Jimmy Uso is in the ring. Roman sees all this play out, confronts Jimmy. Jimmy turns around and kicks him in the next week. Twice. Not once. but twice. The implosion of the bloodline began last weekend. We all called it, Butters.
Yep.
We've all sat here on this program and said it's a maybe. With the bloodline fractured and what we saw just 30 minutes ago on Smackdown, Solo saying that they are his brothers, but then spiking Jimmy, the Usos left in the ring, Roman, Solo, and Paul Heyman leaving, and Roman saying, "Don't worry, Jay will fall in line." Is this the end of Roman's title reign? Is it coming to an end at SummerSlam? What say you, Butters?
What say I? What say I?
Better be something.
Well, I mean, if they do Jimmy versus Roman, then by all means, hell yes. It is ending at SummerSlam. 1,000 days is up. We don't need any longer. Ended at SummerSlam. Have you a little tag match in between at Money in the Bank between the four of them, and then have Jimmy go at it against, Roman. Win the title. You can give it to somebody else later on, but just end the title at SummerSlam. Everything all started at SummerSlam. It needs to end at SummerSlam.
I've been saying that for weeks.
Yes, you have.
I've been saying 3 years ago this all started at SummerSlam. The following week, Roman wins the title. A month later, he's crowned the tribal chief when he beats Jay in that Hell in a Cell match. It's all coming together. It has to. Yes, he got a fancy, shiny new title. It's a beautiful title.
It's fancy.
It's a beautiful title.
It's shades of the old Undisputed title.
It is.
It's just still in that ugly format.
Also, yes. I mean, it's essentially this thing right here. Just change out the title. Change out the black.
Yeah.
Right? Which is fine. I don't hate it.
I just don't like the format. I'm sorry.
But.
I got one of those.
Also, yes. But it just has to come to an end at SummerSlam. A 3-year reign. You broke the record. You've done it all. You've beaten the brakes off of everybody.
Yerp. End it.
End it and let it end with purpose. Let it end to where it elevates somebody. Because if you just have it end where Cody wins it or Brock wins it or somebody that's been there before, been to the mountaintop before, doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, it won't be Brock.
But I just picked names.
I get you.
Right? But if you take somebody like Jay Uso,
I thought it was Jimmy that was super kicking.
Jimmy super kicked him, but that's not who's going to end it.
I think it's going to be Jimmy.
I don't. I think it's going to be Jay.
Tomato.
And I could be wrong, and you could be wrong, right? Fuck it. Here we go. It's going to be an Uso.
And we're going to get swerved, and it's going to be the third one.
Right? But it's going to be an Uso. And they're going to be the ones to end all of this.
Yes.
And it's going to elevate them to the next level. We've got some comments flying in here. The Godfather himself's over there on YouTube. Let's talk about it. He agrees to the poll. Also says the Phillies stink. I'm going to take a guess here and say they lost again.
Haven't they been losing? Haven't they been stinking this season?
Get him.
Oh, no. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, how, I mean.
No, it's a dumpster fire. I work on all these shows.
They did so good last year, and then all of a sudden it's.
I work on all these shows, and
it's fire sale season.
It's such a drag writing helping these guys write some of their shows, not because of any other reason than they just suck so bad. You can only dress up shit so many different ways.
Here's hoping they pull it out of their ass like they did last year and get back in.
Brian Daly from Hockey Happy Hour. So excited for what WWE has in store for the Bloodline storyline after tonight. Brian Wilson from Agree to Disagree. What's up, guys? What's going on, buddy?
What up?
Daly also agrees to the poll. It would be amazing. Edie is back. He says no, it'll end next year at WrestleMania. It better not. I'm sorry. And this is not against Edie, right?
Yeah.
It really better not, because then he goes on to say it down here. It'll end next year at WrestleMania. It will always the plan to Roman Reigns to surpass the length of title reigns of other wrestlers. It needs to be Cody. Cody has to finish story with it. Stop it. Stop it. I was about to give you flowers, and I was about to agree with you on certain aspects. Stop it. You can't take this story. You can't take him being champion and run with it that long. For me, at least. Right? And don't get me wrong. Wrestling's opinionated. It's all opinion based.
Yep.
Right? So there is no right or wrong answer here. For me, all right, 3 years in, man, you defended the title 26 times or something stupid like that.
It hasn't been a lot.
Beat it. Kick rocks and flip-flops and don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
I mean, now that you really think about it, it is kind of a lot of, it's 36 months. He's defended it 26 times. I mean, he's averaging a little under one a month.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than most. It just doesn't seem like it when you're doing it month to month.
No, it doesn't. It really, honest to God, doesn't.
But, I mean, if you want Cody to so-called finish the story, let Roman lose it first and win it back. I'll be fine there.
But does the story need to... Is Roman the guy in Cody's story that he has to beat to finish the story? Because all Cody has to do is win the title.
Yep.
To finish the story. That's it. It could be fucking Seth, AJ, Finn. It could be fucking Dominic Mysterio. But my point being, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking... It could be the
I can see your bullshit meter going really high on that last one.
No, it could be fucking Stu the cameraman. For all I care. Right? It doesn't matter who it is. It just matters that he becomes champion. Right? Right. Cool. So, with that in mind, we're finally at the point where the bloodline stories are interesting again. We were doing great with the Sami stuff for the 2 months we got it at Royal Rumble. Right? Mm-hmm. Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. That was great. Sami being a part of the bloodline was fun, but it still felt stagnant in a way for a good while.
Mm-hmm.
When the bloodline first started, awesome. Right? They were dominant. Done. Stu is a great challenger. Yes, Stu. And then Frank, I disagree. Give it another while before he drops it. Cody, fuck off, Frank. No, I love Frank. We love Frank here. We do. But he's wrong. So
in other words, fuck off, Frank. On that aspect, anyways.
But it just boils down to
SummerSlam needs to be the end-all, be-all.
Yes. You end it there. You finish... We want to talk about stories. You finish that story. Is there something on my shirt?
No, I'm looking at you, jackass.
No, you're not. You're looking at the shirt.
Oh, I think I was looking at the idea of your shirt.
Okay. So this shirt was a birthday gift from Jax. He found it online. Knows I'm a Batman fan. It has all my favorite Batman villains on there. And I'm happy. Poison Ivy, Two-Face.
I think I was trying to figure out the
Joker,
last one.
Freeze.
If I couldn't figure out Freeze, I might as well walk my ass out that door now.
Yeah, you are fucking stupid.
No, I knew Freeze. It was the last one I was trying to figure out. I couldn't see it. Yeah. Anywho.
Edie says, Jimmy Uso versus Roman Reigns will happen at SummerSlam, but Jimmy will not win the title. Roman will beat him like he beat Jay 3 years ago, then he'll fight Solo Sikoa around Rumble.
SummerSlam.
No, hold on. I don't think Solo and Roman are ever going to touch. I don't think they're ever going to get in a match. I think at some point, yes, Solo will, if it becomes, let's just do some fantasy booking here.
I think Solo will turn on him at one point, but not touch.
Jimmy, Roman at Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
It's Roman, Jay at SummerSlam. Solo turns on him at SummerSlam. Because Roman's going to put Jimmy on the shelf.
Okay.
In Money in the Bank. So that's how I have this played out in my head. I was talking about this last night at karaoke. Jimmy will not be at SummerSlam. Jimmy will be on the shelf. It'll be Jay. Because Jay's going to want revenge.
Okay.
Roman's going to start beating Jay down. And I mean beating him down. Mercifulness. That's not a word.
You mean mercilessly?
Mercilessly, thank you.
Merciful. I can't say what you just fucking said.
I said
merciless.
I said merciless in my head. I'm like, that's not right. I'm still a little hungover from last night. Yeah.
That's what you get for drinking a lot.
Worth it. But my point being is Solo will see what Roman is doing to Jay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Solo will turn.
Because that's his brother.
But then Roman and Solo, there's no need for them to wrestle.
Okay.
Right? That's where I'm at right now with the fantasy booking in my head. Ted goes, what happened to Mania being the end-all, be-all?
Since when has Mania been the end-all, be-all?
So hold on. I know where Ted's going with this. I may not agree with it, but I want to see if I have it for where Ted's going with it. WrestleMania has always been a place where old storylines end and new ones begin. And we saw that this year when Sami and KO won the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
Their beef with the Usos stopped. Now their beef with Roman didn't stop. That ended this past Saturday when the Usos, when Jimmy attacked Roman. Okay? I wouldn't go as far as saying WrestleMania is the end-all, be-all anymore. Major pay-per-views, the big four. So, Mania, Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. And we've seen it in years past, right? You've got a couple months between, SummerSlam, a storyline ends. September, October pay-per-views is match 1, match 2. Survivor Series is match 3. Storyline over. Right? You have your rubber match at 3. Move on. Okay? And then you have a month to build to the Rumble. And what you're building at the Rumble isn't necessarily a storyline for a one-on-one match. You're building a storyline for where these two are going to get involved during the Royal Rumble. Which from there will build for your February, March, April at WrestleMania. So everything has a build. And now when you put Money in the Bank right around June, July,
mm-hmm.
because Money in the Bank is also a bigger event, right? Now when you put that in the mix, and this year it's in July.
July 1st.
Yeah. Throw that into the mix of everything.
Holiday weekend!
Is it July 1st?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's July 31st is when Raw's here, not June 31st.
It's July 1st in the UK.
But anyway, I digress, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have Money in the Bank to kind of end storylines and start ones. And also Saudi. Saudi is becoming a bigger show. Whether we like it or not, it's becoming a show where things can end and transition and get ready for the next set of storylines. So, the days of everything ending at WrestleMania, yes, it still happens, but it happens on such a different scale. And WrestleMania is our Super Bowl. As wrestling fans, it's our Super Bowl. We've agreed to that. SummerSlam is like our opening day or kickoff weekend or whatever sports analogy you want to use.
I can take that.
So during your off season, that's where we're going to start playing around with different storylines that aren't really going to make a whole lot of sense, aren't really going to matter. Some will change the landscape. Some of it's fallout from the end of WrestleMania, because you will have fallout from that.
Big time.
So it gives you 6 months, right? 8, about 4 to 5 months. April's the 4th month, August is the 8th month. That's how I was doing that. About 4 to 5 months, depending on when WrestleMania falls, if it's March or April. All right, again, more sports analogies. Have your OTAs. Go to spring training. Go to training camp. Have your draft. Fuck, we have that. Right? Have all those things that you have in the offseason of the NFL or the MLB. And that way, when it comes to kickoff weekend, we're starting something new. I see Edie's. I'm going to go back to that in a minute. Ted says, Saudi becoming the mania that never happened in America. HBK comes out of retirement. Shows he can still do it with the best of them. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, no, he didn't.
I was about to say, which Saudi show did you watch?
No.
Were you watching a bootleg Saudi show? Because...
But anyway, right? So I go back to SummerSlam is the end of this story. It's an anthology. Again, okay, SummerSlam is going to be Roman's endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We've had all the movies. We've had all the whatever, right? All the Disney Plus shows and everything like that. And now it's the end game for Roman. The pieces are falling into place for Roman to drop the titles. Okay? So, do you have anything further to add before we start talking about Night of Champions? Okay. So, here's how tonight's going to go. Because there was so much last weekend, we're going to focus on Night of Champions right now. We're 23 minutes into the show. We'll probably do about 20, 30 minutes, maybe even 45 on Night of Champions and the fallout from that. And then we're going to transition to Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing was such a longer show. We will probably spend a good half an hour, 45 minutes on that part of it as well. Okay, so buckle up, guys. We've got about another hour to go. Let's get right into it. Actually, before that, because I don't want to interrupt our Night of Champions conversation, we're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back with Night of Champions recap. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Hey Birds fans, the NFL schedule has arrived and Philly Sports Trips has all the details now. Visit the site phillysportstrips.com. This is sure to be an epic season. Be sure to go there now to make sure that you don't get shut out. Join us in Tampa, LA, Seattle, or when we get revenge in Kansas City. Don't want to fly? No problem. Gather up your crew and hop aboard one of our signature boisterous bus trips to DC or New York. Sign up now and make sure to mention A2D. Don't miss out on the best Philly fan experience anywhere. Philly Sports Trip customers always stay at the best hotels and meet NFL legends. Book today.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us. Let's get right into Night of Champions. I do see a couple comments over here. Damien says, Saudi show is the Saturday night main event shows the WWE needs to bring back, in my opinion. We'll differ on that. And then Don says, man, fellas, I can't wait. SummerSlam's in my city. Finna be lit. it's going to be a lot of fun for you. I'm actually really jealous that I'm not doing SummerSlam this year because I think it's going to be a show, man. It's going to be fucking dangerous. That is for damn sure. All right.
We're not talking about the city it's in either. I said we're not talking about the city it's in either. Damn.
Let's get right into Night of Champions. Seth Rollins defeated AJ Styles to capture the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He was the inaugural champion. That match went for 20 minutes and 40 seconds.
It actually still holds lineage.
And it was such a barn burner of a match.
You open with fire and it just, oh my God.
It set the tone. It was, and what did you expect when you have Seth Rollins, AJ Styles in a match?
Especially for a title.
Now, AJ is a SmackDown guy. Rollins is a Raw guy. This title is staying on Raw.
Yeah, but you could have had it run either way.
You could have, but we're kind of saying fuck the draft
yeah.
when you look at things. So, but maybe we're saying the draft so the champions are stationary. No, that's not even true either. What am I saying?
Because they still got.
I don't get what they're doing with the titles. We'll get to that when we talk about Asuka and Bianca here in a little bit. But such an incredible outing by these two guys. Made a lot of sense why they started out, knowing that Seth had to come back to the States to do some filming for New World Order, the Captain America movie. So it's just, I can't say anything bad about it.
No, it was a great, damn good match. I mean, for what I could catch on it.
I just, like normal, and I have a lot to say about a lot of the matches from last weekend. Especially AEW. And not in a super bad way, but I have a lot to say, and I don't have a lot to say about this match. Trish Stratus defeated Becky Lynch.
Thanks to a Zoe Stark.
I didn't get this.
What, Zoe Stark helping Trish?
Yeah.
I think it's an in-between so Trish can go do what she needs to do.
But
and give Becky someone to feud with.
I didn't get it until Monday night.
Okay, maybe I missed something then.
Seeing Zoe and Trish next to each other, the rookie and the veteran, and the storyline that you can write itself there. You know, Stark stated that she wanted to take the fast lane to the top of the women's division, but was then interrupted by Becky Lynch. That was Monday Night Raw. Zoe Stark explained her alliance with Trish, stating she wanted to take the fast lane to the top of the women's division. How do you do that? You side with arguably the greatest women's champion of the last 40 years, a Hall of Famer, the diva of the decade. I think she was even the diva of the century, the woman of the century for WWE or some shit like that. Critically acclaimed Trish Stratus.
Nope.
And the first thing you do is you lay out this, I'll say it, this generation's Trish Stratus. Becky Lynch is this generation's Trish Stratus. So it made so much more sense on Monday. Plus, Zoe kind of looks a little like Trish. But I think back to like young Trish. In certain aspects, right? You can shake your head all you want. It's not going to fucking change my mind. And I think of Trish after she stopped doing all this stuff with Test and Albert, and she really started wrestling. Zoe reminds me a lot of that.
Okay, say it like that and don't say she actually, looks like her.
Well, no. But she does. Sir, and I think it's... Hold on. Not in the face.
Okay.
But when I saw the clip, I'm not going to lie to you. When I saw the clip, because I didn't watch that match live, but we were walking around Comic Palooza. We had a break in the day, so we got on Twitter and we were looking at stuff. At first, I didn't realize that was Zoe that lays Becky out. I thought it was Trish. at first, like at a first glance. So that's what I'm talking about, right? At a first glance. So it's a really bullshit way of thinking on WWE's part of pairing the two together. Because I could think of, I like Zoe Stark. I really do. I think she's great in the ring.
Then they do too, because it's apparently that doing this is strapping a rocket to her ass.
It is. But I feel like you could have picked better people. A better person than just Zoe.
No, because you're strapping the rocket to Zoe so she can feud with Becky while Trish can stand to the side and not have to wrestle as much, or maybe take some time off, and you got Zoe and Becky just going at it, and then maybe, you know, have Becky take on Trish after she's beaten Zoe. Oh, you know, Trish pull you beat my, you know, my protege here.
No. The story is right. It's the right story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at, is there somebody other than Zoe Stark that you could have put in that spot?
Right now, I don't think so.
There might be. I'd have to look at who's not injured or pregnant.
Hey-o!
Because I just don't.
Because you gotta think about it. Indy and Candice are doing their own thing with, you know, with Johnny and Dexter and potentially whoever else that Johnny's hinting towards.
Man, though, when I tell you I would have loved it to be Candice.
Wouldn't have made sense right now with where they're. I'm just saying.
No. And maybe because their storyline is still very, very new.
Mm-hmm.
You have a way to separate Candice from that. Right? It's so new and so fresh. And honestly, until you said something right now,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't fucking remember.
So
It's not, hold on, stop.
no,
It's not leaving a lasting impression on me. So you could very, very easily just say, okay, Candice, what you were doing with your husband was fine, but now we're going to put you with Trish. Right?
Okay.
And it would have worked. It would have worked phenomenally. And I think that Candice is such a contrast to Becky in fighting styles that it would have been fantastic. Hell, you could have done a bigger swerve and pulled I don't want to say Paige because she's on my shit list right now. But if you remember how when Paige came up, she brought up Sonya and Mandy.
Mm-hmm.
Why not bring up Chance and Carter, right? We know they're on the main roster. They got called up. Have them with Trish. Now Becky has to fight the odds.
Why not Chelsea?
Chelsea and Sonya?
Either one or both.
The reason I say, because if you're going to go down that road with Chelsea, you have to bring Sonya. At this point, they're so intertwined with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It was no different than for a while there when we were talking about, anytime we mentioned Mandy Rose, we always mentioned Sonya Deville. We had to. Same concept. I would have liked to see Becky kind of always have to defy the odds
Mm-hmm.
to get back to Trish. Not just have to roll through somebody. And we know this is elevating whoever is there.
Mm-hmm.
Why not elevate former NXT Tag Team Champions? In a division that's kind of floundering and is not seeing a title change anytime soon because now Ronda and Shayna have the titles. Right? And we're fantasy booking. You can cut this any way you want to. Right? And I'm nitpicking. I'm also nitpicking because WWE, when you look at it, other than Asuka Bianca,
Mm-hmm.
and the length of the Rhea and Natty match, WWE hit it
69 seconds?
48 seconds.
Oh, she was saying 69. Rhea was.
Oh, no, they did change it to a minute 10. When we looked here at Comic Palooza, it only said like 48 or something like that. And I remember because I was like, oh, fuck, it wasn't even a minute long.
Yeah, because Rhea was saying 69 seconds. I gave you, a birthday present by pinning you that way.
Yeah, that would be 70 seconds that way. It really was a minute 10. Either way, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I give two shits about the actual time of the match. But they hit it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
They did a great job. So it's really hard for me to sit here and be like, that sucked. I'm nitpicking. Right? I'm literally, because we're about to talk about Gunther Mustafa Ali. And let me tell you why Mustafa Ali should have won. Right? Because again, another fucking great match. Kevin Dixon, I'm going to go to Damien's in a minute, because Damien's is a long form question. What do you guys think of the new title? Love it.
Looks good. Shades of the old Undisputed.
Damien. The reason Zoe's with Trish is because Charlotte couldn't be there because she's taking time off being a bodybuilder. So they had to do something to replace her. So we can have Trish fight Becky and Lita in a tag match. I don't think it would ever have been Charlotte.
Fuck no.
I don't.
I still believe they're just strapping the rocket to Zoe. To the moon.
And I don't think you're wrong. Right? But again, I'm nitpicking.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I can. And then Damien says, Rhea will be talking. I like where you went there. Gunther Mustafa Ali.
I know why it went the way it went.
Why?
Because WWE wants to break out the hunkameter.
Who?
The hunkameter. Santino Marella? The hunkameter?
Oh, yeah! I forgot they called it that. That's really fucking stupid.
It was a joke.
No. That they called it that back then.
Oh.
I remember.
To beat the honky tonky man's record.
Yeah, I remember him doing those promos. I didn't remember they called it the meter.
The hunkameter.
The hunkameter. Got it. Right. So. Okay.
This man is.
Fuck.
I have dumbfounded you.
No, you haven't. I just forgot that they did something like that, and it sounds really weird at 31 years old. The hunkameter. Ew, I feel dirty.
Honk.
Stop it.
Oh, thank God, it was getting warm in here.
I'll tell you why Mustafa Ali should have won.
Is here in Saudi?
No, I don't give a fuck about that. Fuck you. Look at it. Right? No. It is time, because of how you're positioning Gunther, it is time to transition him into the Money in the Bank qualifiers. Okay?
Bless you.
And it is time to have him slap the shit out of Seth Rollins.
You can have him win it and hold the IC title. He's only got 100 more days. He's only got roughly 100 more days, okay?
Yeah, but no one's ever won the Money in the Bank and currently been a champion. There's a first time for everything.
And this is Gunther we're talking about here.
I just don't think...
This man has brought more prestige to this IC title.
Oh, and I'm not arguing any of that. I'm not arguing any of that. Right? None of that is up for argument because it's all 100% true.
Mm-hmm.
What's up for argument is the visual in my head of Gunther having the title around his waist. He's not going to carry the briefcase. Right? And they're not going to give it to Kaiser. Because Kaiser's the mouthpiece.
Okay, you have Vinci hold it for him.
But stop. I'm not done. Fuck. Okay? Vinci's going to hold it, but he's not going to do it a la Paul Heyman. or just have it down here at his side.
He ain't gonna be a Virgil.
No. Wait, what?
I said he ain't gonna be a Virgil.
No, he absolutely is. It's going to be handcuffed to him. Because he's the ring general. Right? And so you play it off of this is the football.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To destroy Seth Rollins' title reign, this is the football that does that. Okay? Because Gunther is and you will never say this on the air. You will never, ever hear them refer to this.
I can't wait to hear this.
But he is a WMD. I'm not saying it on the air because I don't want Facebook to come after us. Weapon?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where you were going with this, and
But that's how you position somebody like Gunther, somebody like the ring general. That's the next progression. And to do that, as much as I love him as the Intercontinental Champion, I want him a looming threat, ominously watching everything Seth Rollins does. Everything. You can't tell me that big sumbitch wouldn't be fucking terrifying in that long trench coat. Or, here's a scarier idea. In a fucking suit. Just standing at the top of the ring. Watching. Just watching. Waiting for Seth to slip up.
You know, here's the thing about Gunther. I don't think if Gunther were to win the Money in the Bank, I don't see him being one of the people that comes in after a beatdown or waits. I feel like Gunther is going to be one of those people that because he's the ring general, because he, has, how would you say this? Class and pride for the ring and all this stuff. He would say, hey, it's me and you at such and such date.
Like Braun did and got his ass whooped?
Yeah. Or RVD in one.
Yeah.
But he's got more class to say, all right, Seth, it's me and you, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank. I'm calling it now. This is where I'm cashing in at. Because this is Gunther. He's got all the pride when it comes to the wrestling. This man is all about the ring.
Yep.
He's all about the prestige of the ring. He's not going to just run down there and go, I'm cashing in while Seth is down. No, he wants to prove to any and everybody that he can beat Seth at his best. That he's the ring general and he knows what the hell he's doing. Why are you looking the way you're looking?
I was reading. See if it was something I was going to. Damien says, what is more shocking? Walter holding the IC title this long? Or he hasn't lost the title yet, just like he didn't in Chicago when he was the NXT UK champion?
Huh?
I mean, it's the same fucking thing. Anyway, moving on. I'm a Gunther fan.
Mm-hmm.
I am. I've been a Gunther fan since when he was Walter, right? This one's scarier than when he was Walter, right? And they did this right. Imperium is right.
Now they just got to
Mustafa should have won.
He's still on the Mustafa should have won train.
And let's call a spade a spade. After the bullshit that happened with Retribution, the fact that he stayed around, the fact that he still stayed relevant.
Even after he wanted his release.
Yeah. Why is he not a champion? Why isn't he a champion, I should say?
I guess because of the whole ordeal of him wanting his release and it became a big deal.
But make him a fucking champion now. Let's go. Let's give him what he what he deserves.
He might become one.
He might.
No, I'm talking about NXT.
Well, and so now, yes, right? I'm not there yet.
Okay, I was just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I see where and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel because who did he attack? Noam Dar?
Yeah, he was helping Wesley and
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He was even in the odds, basically.
So he ain't going after Wesley's title right now. So he's doing.
Not at the moment, but yeah, I get what you're going. I get where you're going.
And then further that, Baron Corbin just attacked Carmelo.
Yeah, no. Free agent.
Don't fucking care.
I think, honestly, and this is just me, I feel like Baron Corbin will do better on NXT right now than where he's going.
I don't disagree with you. I don't, because he was great in NXT when he was the Lone Wolf. Right.
And I think he's
great.
I think he's headed back to that Lone Wolf gimmick.
I'm cool with that. I don't know if it was the right thing to have him come out and attack Carmelo.
Yeah, you gotta give Carmelo some sort of credible. Okay, I'm gonna take the credible back. Some sort of challenger right now, because I don't think they're gonna go back with Braun for a.
Braun as a heel is dumb.
I'm just saying.
And I'm gonna say it.
I don't know who they have right now.
Braun Breaker is Baron Corbin on NXT. Braun Breaker is a two-dimensional piece of plywood. Braun Breaker is about as interesting as vanilla extract. I would rather watch paint dry than listen to a Braun Breaker promo. Better yet, I'll do you one fucking better. I'd rather go watch a show on Broadway.
God bless.
So, that being said, the reason why I'm not talking about Battleground, the reason why I don't talk about NXT right now, because none of it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
So in other words,
me mad.
We don't talk about Fight Club, we don't talk about Bruno, and we sure as hell don't talk about NXT right now.
I really like what you did there. That was good. That's good. But let's move on away from the Gunther Mustafa Ali. He should have won. Asuka defeats Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship.
About fucking time.
Is this your soapbox moment?
No, I just fuck it. Yes, Bianca's had that title for too goddamn long. You know, anybody could have been the challenger. Anybody could have won the title from her. Asuka was right, because I just don't know what the fuck they're doing with those women's titles right now. You still got red on blue and blue on red.
Exactly.
But yes, I get it. Bianca is the EST of WWE. You're not Roman, bitch. You're not going to get it that damn long. I get it. You had a historic reign. You had a great run. Let's give it to somebody else. Asuka's been doing so good. It's great that she's going to have it. Because right now, let's be real. Who else are you going to give it to right now?
First of all,
Uh-oh.
put the titles on the right fucking show.
True.
That's number one. Number two, nobody's going to like what I have to say.
Do it.
Because you know who should be SmackDown Women's Champion on actual fucking SmackDown? Selena Vega.
LWO for life. I agree. No, Selena should.
And Rhea should be fucking champion on Raw. And but this is, I'm glad he brings this up. I have an out. Bianca's reign wasn't as bad or as boring as Jade Cargill. Because I want to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
When we talk about Jade,
Mm-hmm.
were you happy with her still holding the title? This is a loaded question.
Oh, dear Jesus. What, with Jade holding the title for as long as she had it? Fuck no!
Why?
Too damn long.
Okay. I'm coming for you. Do you like that Roman still holds his title?
Fuck no!
Are you lying to me because you're terrified of what's going to happen?
No. No.
Your eyes are telling me something different.
No. I just these long ass title reigns are good for so long.
Are only good for so long.
There we go. Yeah, these long reigns are only good for so long, and then it becomes old and stale unless you do something with it. They really weren't doing much with Jade except trying to get her to 60-0.
But all right. Let's break. We'll do this now. Let's break this down. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill. Okay? I'm not a big Jade Cargill fan.
Mm-hmm.
I really wasn't in the beginning. Greener than goose shit. So is Bianca. Okay? Here's a difference. Here's a big difference. WWE knew what to do with Bianca. AEW didn't know where to go wipe their ass.
Honestly, and this is just me thinking, I feel like Kris Statlander was the end all be all to begin with.
She was.
And it
This
had
would
she,
have happened 9 months ago.
I was about to say, had she not got injured, Jade probably would have been what, maybe 50-0, 45-0.
This would have happened 9 months ago. But my point being, at least with Jade's storylines, there was some entertainment value to it. Because she had the baddies, and she had Smart Mark, and there were other people around her that were elevating the things that she was doing. Because she's a good talent. You know, she's gotten so much better now. Whereas Bianca's great in the chase. Once she gets the title,
It's Tony booking all over.
right? Yeah, we get it. You're the EST of WWE. Great.
You already said it a million
What
times.
else? Right? Okay, now you're the champion. Well, hold on. Let me back up.
No, you're good.
You're the EST of WWE. Prove it. Okay, you won the title. Great. Now what? You solidified yourself as the EST of WWE. Oh, you lost? Oh, so everything you just told me is a lie. Cool. Oh,
I mean, yeah, at least with Jade, she can say, hey, I went 60-0 before I lost.
and Jade would admit, not even outwardly admit, you could watch it on Jade's face, and she's like, ooh, fuck, I've been getting my ass kicked. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There was build there. Bianca's stories, even this story with Asuka. I love Asuka. I think Asuka's great in the ring. I think Bianca's great on the microphone. I'm going to say that. It's an unpopular opinion. But I think Bianca does really well for herself on the microphone. But I don't give a fuck that these two are fighting.
You want something fresh because they've been doing it all year.
Yep.
At least,
And Asuka doesn't say anything.
at least with Jade, it was different people.
Like, at least like NXT Asuka would be like, nobody ready for Asuka. Now Asuka's just like,
And missed.
yeah, woo. Great. You're an exploding water balloon. Cool.
I got blue mist, I got red mist, I got pink mist, green mist.
Blue mist, red mist, one mist, two mist. What the fuck it is? It's not a Dr. Seuss novel. It's fucking Dr. Seuss.
Oh, shit.
Dynasty says, huge fan of the potential of both, and honestly believe Bianca's the wrong role. Bianca's going to be one of the best heels of all time once she flips with Ford and becomes the Jay-Z. Oh, okay. Montez Ford. The Jay-Z and Beyonce of WWE. That's not a bad take. I don't know if I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm super excited of a Montez Ford heel turn.
It'd be more like Booker and Charmel.
I just don't know if I'm excited for it because I like Montez so much. I think he'll do well.
I just don't see a Montez heel turn coming.
I don't either. I won't be mad if it happens because I do want him to transition. We're teasing it way too much. We're laying the groundwork way too much. But I like the Prophet so much that I don't want it to be.
Now,
I don't want it to be where there's they're not getting together anytime soon.
I can see, a Bianca Montez team up as good guys, but I just don't see it as a heel perspective. At least right now with Montez, I feel like Montez just wouldn't be really good as a heel right now.
I don't think so.
I don't think he can pull it off right now.
I don't think so either. I don't think we're there yet.
Hell, we may never be there.
Yeah,
He just may be more, he may be more of the John Cena type. Where
Probably. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Stay the baby face for the rest of his career once he wins the title.
Greg Malachowicz chiming in. What's up, fellas? I sure as hell hope I agree to the poll. At minimum, we need to break up the undisputed bullshit. Well, the championship belts, stop it. Dynasty says, no, you go the vet route, saying I'm a former member of the military. You got me out here acting a fool, problem solved.
Oh, so you go the Lacey Evans route. Got it.
That worked so well. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking about this the other day. I was getting ready for, I don't know where I was going. Going to work, going to karaoke. I don't know where I was going. But or it might have been after Comic Palooza. Because I remember you telling me it was going to be Lacey versus Zelina for Money in the Bank qualifier. What an underappreciated talent.
It was Saturday night in the hotel. I remember.
Yeah, okay, there you go. What an underappreciated talent Lacey Evans is. There is somebody that you walked her to the promised land. You said, there it is. I have a ticket for you. She got on the plane, and you turned that motherfucker around and sent her all the way back to fucking Nowheresville, Idaho. You found the most bullshit island of irrelevancy in the cluster of islands out there and said, ha, good luck.
This is the problem with her is they keep starting. I say y'all, they keep starting and stopping this, idea of her being a face military, a heel military. I don't fucking know what heel. I'm gonna use the Cobra Clutch as a heel finisher.
Here's what I want her to do. I want her to walk out and in the best tweener way possible. I don't give a fuck about you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out. It's literally what I want. And her to just be like, I want your title. Or, hey, you're not going to be an asshole for no reason.
So, in a sense, to take what you said, you'd almost want a Mark Henry. Without the...
No, because Mark was a heel. Mark
Lacey can still pull off the...
Mark was a monster heel. Mark was a monster. Plain and simple. With Lacey, I don't want to say vigilante, because that's not 100% right.
With Lacey, you pull the I want to quit card, have the champ come out, console,
No, you don't pull that card. That doesn't work with Lacey. You don't make that work with Lacey. With Lacey, it's borderline vigilante, because I can't think of any other word to describe it, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to put here it is. She's going to put everybody in fucking line. You're acting out? Fuck you, sit down. Oh, you're beating up on the little person? Fuck you, sit down. Hey, champ, you're doing everything right, but I want you to understand that giant piece of jewelry you're carrying around, all you're doing is keeping it warm. I'm coming for that, bitch.
I mean, you could go that route, yeah.
That's exactly what I want from Lacey Evans at this point. Dynasty says, nah, I'm not going full-blown military is all. He's just a part of the backstory.
Sure.
Yeah. Damien says, Asuka winning the SmackDown Raw title justified the WrestleMania Asuka-Charlotte match that shouldn't have ended her damn streak.
What?
I don't know what the fuck he's saying anymore. I don't know. I don't know.
How much have you had to drink, man?
I don't fucking know. I just don't know if Asuka was the right person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was worth taunting Rhea out there to squash Natty. I don't know if that made a whole lot of sense because you ruined the potential of having Natalya as a threat for Rhea.
Yep.
I'm not doing that right now because we still got Double or Nothing to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar defeated Cody Rhodes technical submission. Fuck you. Just fuck you.
Oh, Cody passing out and not tapping?
I don't hate that ending, but fuck you.
It's better than the bullshit ending from before.
Don't fuck you.
I mean, the cast coming into play.
I'd have to go back and rewatch it.
You know, my issue with that though is you're slamming with the cast. You're slamming with the cast.
It's a weapon.
At what point do you stop and realize, oh shit, my arm's fucking killing me at this point?
You don't. It's adrenaline.
I guess.
It's all adrenaline. Whether it's a good, bad, or indifferent thing.
You know, and then now Cody's wanting that third match, that rubber match, that final match.
Well, of course he does. Of course he does. Right? Because Cody ain't no bitch.
His mama didn't raise no bitch.
No. Who did I say that to the other day?
What, my mama didn't raise no bitch?
Yep.
I've said that plenty of times in my life.
Not a fan of the fruit roll-up.
Fruit roll up a doo!
And we already talked about the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to do another commercial break here. Just because as I get ready for AEW. So, guys, stick with us. We're going to run the commercial one more time. We'll see you in just about a minute.
Hey Birds fans, the NFL schedule has arrived and Philly Sports Trips has all the details now. Visit the site phillysportstrips.com. This is sure to be an epic season. Be sure to go there now to make sure that you don't get shut out. Join us in Tampa, LA, Seattle, or when we get revenge in Kansas City. Don't want to fly? No problem. Gather up your crew and hop aboard one of our signature boisterous bus trips to DC or New York. Sign up now and make sure to mention A2D. Don't miss out on the best Philly fan experience anywhere. Philly Sports Trip customers always stay at the best hotels and meet NFL legends. Book today.
All right, we are back. We've got the Double or Nothing card lined up right now. I refuse to talk about the Hardys and Hook versus Ethan Page and the Guns. You want to talk about it? Go find someone else. Did you watch it? Do you know what happened?
I mean, I know what happens, but that match is just a clusterfuck.
Such a fucking clusterfuck. Orange Cassidy is the best thing on the face of the earth. Orange Cassidy defeating Swerve Strickland in the Battle Royale. Amazing.
Yep.
Did you see how he won?
No.
So they're on the outside. Okay. Swerve is holding on by like one hand, doing the whole like wobbly thing, and Orange sets himself up like he's gonna go for his Superman punch. I'm blanking on what he calls it.
Oh, the
Orange punch.
Yeah, orange punch.
Orange punch. And then he just goes nah and hits Swerve's hand. Like just It was hysterical. It was great. That whole battle royale, it was the timing of things was weird. The eliminations were weird. Like certain aspects of it were really weird. But I loved it. I thought it was so well done in the grand scheme of it all. Right? It was well executed.
Well, I think it's
Orange Cassidy looked really good. Everybody in there looked really good. You were able to tell multiple stories throughout all of that, and so it was just done really, really well. Can I tell you what match I didn't like?
The Hardy match?
Other than the Hardy match,
What's up?
Adam Cole, Chris Jericho.
Really?
Yup.
Why?
It just didn't feel smooth. This whole storyline is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, it didn't feel smooth. Having Britt come down and then Paige come down and those two fight off, right? It didn't do it for me.
Wasn't the match that they were setting it up to be.
Oh, and let's go further. You immediately get rid of the Jericho Appreciation Society. You immediately get rid of Roderick Strong. You immediately get rid of Sabu. Sabu's out there for 45 seconds and almost died.
But it's Sabu!
He tried to jump off the turnbuckle. And he fell.
Oh, you mean like Jeff did?
He fell through. Like, he got up there, and I think his body went faster than his mind could have. It looked scary.
Mm.
Jeff's is just it makes me so mad.
Jeff's looked drunk?
Yes. So you promote it this way, and they're gone. So you have an unsanctioned match that ends with Aubrey stopping the match because Jericho's eyes all fucked up. But it doesn't look all that fucked up. Right? And maybe it was just because certain things didn't happen when they were the way they were supposed to happen.
Yep.
With, them damaging Jericho's eye or whatever. But, yeah. And then they announce, an hour later, it's going to be Jericho and Saraya versus Britt Baker and Adam Cole in the main event of Dynamite.
That was this week, right? Or is that
Yep.
next week?
What? And we even said it because I went down to Willowbrook, watched it in the movie theater. Awesome time. Everybody in there was great because there was a really good crowd in there. It wasn't like going to Conroe and there's 3 of us in there. And
Or the spring one?
And 2 of them's me and you. We all collectively went, what the fuck? And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. No one's going to like it. Ever since Saraya has come back, she has been so delicate. Like a normal wrestler is going to come all the way back from another zip code, right? And bring that forearm through. Saraya's going to walk next door and go, it looks bad. It doesn't track well. I need them to move on from this. Now that Adam Cole and Britt Baker won, great, awesome, sweet, beautiful. Move the fuck on.
They move the fuck on once they do a loser leaves Dynamite match. So one can go to Collision.
FTR retains over Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Great match. Poor Mark Briscoe.
Call it down the middle. 1, 2, 3.
And he did. But nobody took him to referee school. There were points where, and if you watch it back on the replay, hopefully they edit it out, where Jarrett and Lethal and even Dax and Cash were like, go do this, go do that, go count. What the fuck are you doing? Right? But the moment of the match for me, it's 2 moments. It's 2. Obviously, I loved FTR winning. Great. The referee gets laid out. Mark Briscoe gets laid out. Aubrey comes running down.
I think I've seen this scene.
Sanjay Dutt stops her. In my head, I want Aubrey to kick him in the dick and move on. She's not going to. Karen Jarrett blasts her with the guitar. So first of all, kudos to Aubrey for taking the shot. And Karen was like, oh, I get to do this? fuck yeah. Karen was like, all right, bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, 2 outs, full count. I need to hit this out of the park and we win the World Series. El Kabong! With such force, it put Karen on her ass. Because the mat was a little wet. She slipped, in all fairness to her, she slipped. But that bitch came from the fucking Netherlands and said, yeah! And Aubrey took all of it. Aubrey went night-night on the outside. Have you not seen it?
I've seen the clip, yes.
Okay. I mean, fuck, dude. So I love that. And then the spot, it wasn't even a spot. It was early on. And David made fun of it on Twitter. Where Cash is still holding on to his title around his waist. And Dax is like, give Mark your title. And he goes, no, the ring attendant took it. You're wearing it. Oh, fuck. So, it was those spots. Because the match was exactly what you would expect from an FTR, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal. 4 of the best. I loved it. It was a great, great match. I can't be mad about it. Wardlow, Christian Cage.
Okay, I'm going to say this again because we've said it before. Tony, get bigger fucking ladders!
First of all, yikes. Second of all, not even that.
I'm sorry. The referee's fucking holding the ladder once again because you have this giant of a man on his tiny ass ladder.
No. In some realm, I'm okay with that. Here are the parts I wasn't okay with. 1, Arn Anderson. And I'm going to let that encompass being there and biting off Christian Cage's finger. What? Like, I didn't get a spine buster, but you decided his finger was a chicky nug nug. Cool. Sure.
This motherfucker said chicky nug nug.
Sure. 2, Wardlow. My guy. I love Wardlow. Wardlow, I'm a Wardlow fan. until that night. The ladder is bent, my dude. It is not on all fours. It's not straight. It looks like it belongs in the fucking Daytona 500. And you decide, I'm going to climb it. No! To where the referee has to get in the ring and go, hey, dumbass, don't climb this one. 3, the Swanton Bomb. And it would have been okay if he would have just like hit a splash or a senton or. But short of doing like the do, he did it all Jeff Hardy style. Like I even think like he went like he did the whole like this shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And then you almost miss. But you have 4 referees holding the ladder because you decide I want to go up on the way. I was told that I had to climb to the top of the ladder in this business.
Wrong ladder.
How much coke was Tony snorting when he thought of this match?
The whole match made me laugh.
I agree with you.
And if anybody out there, and I got a lot of respect for Christian, but if anybody out there says that they thought Christian was gonna win, get out.
I mean, I agree with Dynasty here with his comment. Don't book big men in these ladder matches.
That was 4. That was number 4. Let's just not do it. Let's just not do it.
Unless you get bigger ladders, stop booking them.
Here comes the second worst match on the card.
Oh, shit.
Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter. And let me preface this. It's a 3-minute match.
Yeah, but Jamie pushed through some hella pain.
Understandable. We fucked the finish. The finish got fucked.
Screw the rules!
No. They're in the middle of the ring, and the whole idea is Jamie's going to hit the exposed turnbuckle, and that's how it's going to set up for the finish. Jamie's in the middle of the ring. Tony pushes her off because I guess they're going to go to something else. And Jamie says, "No, we're done," and oversells this bitch into the turnbuckle. Took me out of the whole thing. The whole thing. Oh, and then you had Saraya and Ruby Soho come down. And who comes down? Britt Baker. For the sequel. And runs those bitches off. I just don't know what we're doing.
It's
Clearly.
Shit.
The House of Black versus the Acclaimed with Daddy Ass. I love this. If you get the chance to go back and watch it, first of all, this is the first match I watched under the new open house rules. Amazing. The lighting, amazing.
I just like the rap.
The rap.
The Acclaim's rap.
Oh, I'm not getting there yet.
No, I'm just saying, I haven't watched the match fully.
The best line of 2023. Maybe the decade. Getting cucked by a guy named Dominic on another show. Holy fuck. But which one is it? I get them confused. Hold on. I think it's where's that match? Anthony Bowens is the star of that match. I know I've said in the past that Anthony Bowens is the weaker of the two.
Mm-hmm.
He was a star. He got his ass whooped. A lot. But he was a star of that match. And Billy getting the hot tag was really good too. Julia Hart is weird. I don't get her anymore.
No witches at ringside.
Oh, they didn't even exercise that. They didn't exercise a special rule.
Really?
Yeah. Jade Cargill defeating Taya Valkyrie only to turn around and lose to Kris Statlander.
60-1. 60-1.
I loved all of it. I thought Taya moved a little slow, which is very unlike her, because I know what she can do what she's done in Lucha Underground. I don't know if she slowed down because she'd never worked with Jade before. I'm not really sure what it was.
Well, she had a match with her before with the Valhalla being banned.
Yeah, but I don't know what. I thought Ty actually had her at one point too. Chris coming out, and it's a wrestling trope, right? It's not AEW. It's not AEW's fault. As much as I love to blame Tony because he's a fucking idiot.
He's fan service.
When Smart Mark got in the ring and said Jade will fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, blah, blah. If you didn't assume that Chris was walking out, you don't watch wrestling. The pop was great, though. Loved it. Awesome. Phenomenal. Let's talk about the best match of the night. The Four Pillars match.
Oh
And I
boy.
want to ask you a question. MJF gets injured in that match. This is hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you pick to win that match and lead the company as champion?
Sammy.
I said the same thing. Jack says Darby Allin. Jungle Boy's not ready. Jungle Boy looks like shit.
I don't think, honestly, I don't think Darby's ready. You might have Sting, but Darby's not ready.
Darby is over. I just don't think he's ready from a promo perspective.
Jax, I'm sorry to tell you, boy, but you're wrong.
So.
Wrong.
What the fuck? So I just jumped on Facebook to check on a couple of things.
Uh-oh.
And this is from May 2nd. I didn't know this. It looked like they did an AEW night at the Washington Nationals game
Mm-hmm.
at the time, and with AEW stars. I don't know. I'll have to watch this later. MJF was stellar in that match. Have you watched the video clip, like the 16 seconds of him talking during that match?
Mm-mm.
Darby goes to do like a back body drop, and they all are flipping around, and it ends up in, I think, a blockbuster. And Jeff, what the fuck? Sammy goes for a super kick. MJF catches him. You're a fucking idiot, only to get kicked by Jungle Boy. Darby's going back and forth. No, wait! And he gets Stinger Splash. It's awesome. MJF was phenomenal in that. Having MJF win is fine. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. You could book it any way, shape, or form. Right? Having MJF win was great. Having him win, I won't say completely fair, wasn't bad either.
Oh, congrats to Sammy and Tay, by the way.
Absolutely. I was going to end that part with that. They announced in a kind of fun way that they're having a baby. They got a huge pop for it, So awesome! Congratulations to them and Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
She's also pregnant.
Sorry, bud.
There's something in the water.
Yeah, because we got Carmella out being pregnant.
Alexa.
Tay. Sorry, bud. Your girl's knocked up. You done?
I'm not saying anything to that on the air. Anarchy in the arena.
Was it really, though?
They tried so hard to capture the specialness of last year's. And I said this, if they had a band playing Wild Thing this time. If the band wasn't playing and if the commentary team didn't try to talk over the music, it's a great first start of things. Now, ultimately, this guy gets his teeth knocked down his fucking throat by the Young Bucks. Awesome pop for that.
You talking about the fireworks?
Yeah.
I saw that part.
No,
Oh, okay.
When they kicked the band.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Great. Cool. Awesome. There's too much with the screwdriver. The thumbtacks on the barefoot.
I can agree to this whole screwdriver shit. Like,
it didn't flow. At least with last year's, there was a flow. There were things going on. People were getting bloodied. It was violent. This one was more like campy violent, and I didn't like it. And then having Don Callis getting involved at the end with the Japanese superstar. I'm not even going to try to say that guy's name.
I think it's Takeshita, right?
Sure.
I don't know.
God bless you. And have him turning heel when he's an over baby face. Like just so many different components just didn't work for me. I thought there were great spots in the match. I think the super kick was great. It was inventive. It was unique. It was different. I thought Claudio going up to the concourse was great. It didn't feel like for a while there that it was the Kenny Omega Jon Moxley show, which it should have been. Like those two should have been really focused around ringside. I mean, around the ringside area. We got a lot of Hangman and Daniel.
Okay.
They just weren't super cohesive. And when you had something so special as you did last year, and they use this as like their war games or their Hell in a Cell or their whatever, for it not to hit is really disappointing. Absolutely. Dynasty says biggest pop of the night was when they kicked the lead singer. Damien says, question, sorry to change the subject. What are y'all's thoughts on WWE pushing to bring back the Fiend gimmick when Bray comes back? I don't care. Until it actually happens, I don't care. Because we were doing some cool stuff with Uncle Howdy and all that, and you were setting up some mystery, and you just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
So I'm over you. I'm over it.
Whee! Gone.
Try not to be on past midnight on the East Coast. It only gives us a few minutes. Do you have anything to wrap up the weekend from a wrestling perspective?
No.
You got to meet somebody at Comic Palooza. I met the same person, but you got to meet Mick Foley. What was that like for you?
Oh, it was fucking fantastic. I got offered a cookie. Unfortunately, I couldn't take it because I literally just ate lunch. It was stuffed to the gills.
Yeah, their food was good down there this year.
Yeah. But we took a cookie picture.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
And you got Sako signed?
Yes. I had to have it. I even told him, I said, my collection for wrestling signatures, I said, I always try to get somebody unique or get a item unique to a person signed. I even told him, I think last year I had Slaughter sign the G.I. Joe. This year, Mick Foley signing the sock. My wife even questioned me. She goes, a sock?
Don't even get me started.
No, I'm just saying, she goes, a sock? Yeah, I'll tell you later.
But, and he was taking pictures. I watched him. I don't know if you did it when you were down there. He cut a promo for somebody in the Mankind voice. He had the mask and he had the extra hair. So it looked like 90s Mankind.
So he did the two pictures. The second picture was the face of Foley. You chose your face of Foley.
See, you got a choice. I didn't.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it's because he had the barbed wire bat and the Mankind mask on the table, and he was sitting down. And
well, when he
in all fairness, he seemed like he was tired.
Probably.
Like he wasn't doing okay. And so I don't think he really wanted to try and get.
When he came back from his break or lunch or whatever he had done, that first one, he was really interactive, really getting into it with everybody. And each person he was having them choose their face of Foley. And he was putting on the face of Foley. Somebody, one of the girls did Dude Love. Somebody did, another lady, she said, you choose. He goes, well, nobody's done Cactus Jack. Let's do Cactus Jack. And then when it eventually got to me, I wanted Cactus Jack. So, of course, that's what I got with the bloody bandana and the raking of the bat. And
see, I raked the bat on Mankind.
Mm-hmm.
And what was funny was before we do that picture, and like I said, I feel kind of robbed with my experience because he was tired. I think I was the last one before we went to break. But he did the bang bang,
mm-hmm.
and I did.
Yeah,
for have a nice day, and he caught. And he went nice. It was, but again, he was tired. I do feel kind of robbed a little bit of it. But it was really cool to see him. Really cool to meet him.
That was the main person I wanted to meet all weekend. Honestly,
that was a last minute decision for me. That was only because I had cash. Like I got that cash that morning. We went straight over there, and I blew all that cash at meeting the celebrities.
Yeah, I paid the money for the photo op and the signature.
And because I talked about it in my newsletter. Sunday is the best day to meet celebrities because it's not as busy.
Yep.
And Sunday morning, especially here in Texas, because everybody goes to church and does all that. Sunday morning, as soon as they're out there, go over there. I spent collectively probably 20 minutes talking to the members of the cast of Arrow through their different tables. And I remembered because the day before I said go Phillies to Josh Segura, who was wearing a Mets hat. And he thought it was funny, so did Rick Gonzalez and Stephen Amell. Like, it was a great interaction.
I know with Foley, though, I took his last sock.
Dick.
They're like, oh, the last Socko. I said, hell yeah.
I'm sure it's popular.
Oh, yeah.
But, guys, we're going to get out of here. We want to thank you guys for tuning in with us on a very, very special night. We want to thank Allen D Travel, specializing in creating vacation for your dreams at Disney, Universal, or wherever your heart calls you. Let their talented team of travel experts, including yours truly, create a custom vacation for you without any of the stress. Allen Z on over to allenz-travel.com/take the trip. 2024 Walt Disney World packages are now on sale. We can start booking all the way out to December 31st of 2024. All it takes is a $200 deposit, and you can pay on it at any time. Guys, for Butters, I'm Rich. We will see you guys next week for God knows what we're going to talk about. But until then, tell somebody you love them. Peace, love, and joy.